You're watching News 24 Live. The junior Boks are about to depart for the Under-20 World Championship in Italy. Alongside me I have Coach Davi Tron, who's going to tell us what they are expecting the next couple of weeks. Davi, last week you guys came very close in the final against England. How have your preparations been leading up to this tournament? You guys have had quite a successful couple of results against Argentina, I believe.
Yeah, I think, I always say this is maybe the toughest tournament that you can play in, with a 3-day turnaround between games. It's always tough. Last year we had to play New Zealand twice, beat them in New Zealand, and then came 1 point short in the final against England. You got to still try to learn from what you can do better. And we knew that we can, it's very important to manage the guys in between games. And from now on, it will be mental work and management of the team. And on the physical side, I think we've got a very physical team. We are a well-balanced side. And I'm very positive for the guys in this tournament.
I suppose the difference with you guys and at the senior level is the sort of retention of players. Every year, you've got a whole new influx of players. I think you've got about 6 guys from last year's squad, so completely new team. What is that like year on year, coaching a new group of guys?
Yeah, well, it's a challenge. I actually like the challenge, so I always tell the guys that you can still use the old jokes, because if it's the same guys every year, you've got to think of new stories to tell. But I think the guys, it's good to have a foundation of 6 guys that's left over from last year. We try each year to bring in new talent that will be the foundation for the next year as well. So yeah, I think we've got a good foundation. There's enough experience in the side, but there's also a tremendous lot of talent in the new guys that came in. So I think we got the combinations more or less right. And we are very, very, very positive that the guys will come to the party. It's always going to be difficult, and we're going to take it test for test. The first one, Italy, in Italy, will be the opening game. They will be highly motivated, and for us, we're going to focus on that game to put things in place.
Talking about your pool games, you've also got Australia, Samoa. What are those opponents like at this level?
Well, we played Samoa last year as well. They're very physical side. You've got to be ready for them. They're really physical, and they had a very good preparation this time around. They played in a competition with New Zealand and Australia down I think it was played in Australia, and the same with Australia. They made no secret about it that they think that they are the best prepared that they ever been for Under-20 World Cup. I've read that they went over to Italy earlier to some academy there to stay there, get used to the conditions, and they came second in that competition against New Zealand and Samoa. In Australia, so we expect very tough competition from them as well.
Now you've had quite a lot of success at the helm of the junior Springboks. You see a guy like Andre Pollard, what he's achieved to date, it started with you. What is it like seeing a guy like him achieve such success at such a young age? And do you expect any more of the players, the current batch, to make the senior side?
I think it's always you can't take all the credit for it. I think we've got a system where we track the guys from under 16 already, and Andre was one of those first guys that we knew about him from on the 16 level, and you've got to keep your finger on the pulse. We have helped to coach them at SA schools level as well. And if you think about guys like Pieter Steve de Tooy, Thomas de Tooy that's currently in the side, Andre Pollard, Jan Serfontein, all those guys, they're making name for themselves at a young age. I reckon if you look at this group, you already got Thomas de Tooy that have played Super Rugby and so on. You've got the De Pre brothers that I think is a real prospect for the future. Dan du Plessis, which is the son of Michael du Plessis, which I think is a tremendous talent. Warwick Galant is one of the guys that played for us last year. He's already a Springbok Sevens player as well. So that's all guys that come to the front early in their careers, and I believe there's going to be big things for him there ahead.
Final question. Obviously, we've got a Rugby World Cup this year. Are you guys going to set the tone for the senior side?
Well, hopefully, you know, like I said, it's a very tough competition, and we take it test for test. And we really worked very, very hard. You know, everybody from the high performance department at SA Rugby and the MOBI unit, everybody was involved in this preparation of this team, and the selectors done an excellent job as well. So it's a project that came, you know, ever since last year after the previous World Cup. So. Like I said, this is exam time, you know, we're going to now go over now and write our final exams.